If you know me, you know I love to save a buck. And if you also know me, you know I want to show you how to save a buck as well. So in today's episode, I'm going to be showing you how to get amazing artisanal pumpkins for dirt cheap. Now, we're talking artisanal pumpkin seeds. These pumpkins here are absolutely amazing and will regularly go for, in the city, anywhere from $8 to $12 per pumpkin. This one right here is known as One Too Many. How I know that is it's got this amazing bloodshot eye appearance. So cool. This one right here regularly goes for about 8 to 10 bucks, and we got it for 2. Now I got a couple of these pumpkins. I got some of these awesome Green Envy stackers. Green Envy stackers are really sought after because very green, super ugly, flat stacking pumpkin with a nice big stem on them. And again, these regularly go for 8 to 10 bucks. Got this for 2 bucks as well. We got some of these Cinderella style pumpkins here. We've got some more Cinderella style. We also have here this really cool mottled Cinderella that I found. Absolutely incredible. And I don't think it's called Cinderella, but these varieties right here are, like I said, every single one of them are gonna be 8 to 10 bucks in the city because people, especially people with a lot of disposable income, love to get stacking pumpkins. Then you also have Gerardale, or a variety similar to Gerardale. We actually carry this over at MIgardener.com. You can find the seeds, but you can also find the pumpkins. And then this one I was pumped about. These you really don't find that often for 2 bucks. How we got these all for 2 bucks was we actually went to our local grocery store, believe it or not. We have a small town grocery store that they have a bunch of fall pumpkins on display for sale out front. And after Halloween, a few days after Halloween, they put them 75% off. And that allowed us to get these pumpkins for 2 bucks because most people don't buy pumpkins after Halloween. But another way you can do this is you can just go around and basically trash pick right out of the trash. People throw them out all the time after Halloween. You can drive around some nice inner city neighborhoods that have, like I said, typically some good disposable income, and that will yield you some really pretty pumpkins. Now, the only thing is you don't know what the varieties are necessarily. I just happen to know what some of these are from eyesight, from experience, but specific cultivars you won't really necessarily know. And there is some chance for cross-pollination. I know you're gonna ask that as well. But when it comes down to it, we're gonna smash all these pumpkins, we're gonna harvest the seeds out of them, and then we are going to essentially have a stacking pumpkin blend that's just gonna be a stacking pumpkin blend, and whatever we get is whatever we get. But I guarantee you, even if there is some cross-pollination in here, we're gonna have quite a few pumpkins that are what they are now. Now, getting the pumpkins open, that's the easy part. You could use a weighted tamping rod, you could use a sledgehammer, an axe, or in my case, since I've got the tools, I might as well use them. I missed. Hey. And now all we have to do is just grab the seeds out. It was not quite as satisfying as I was expecting, but I think if I would have done just one pumpkin at a time, it would have really worked out pretty well. I was quite amused with my creativity, but maybe I'll just stick to smashing one at a time. Once we get all these seeds removed from the pumpkins, we are going to need to dry them on a single layer on wax paper. And that's going to give us a really great end product before we put it away for storage for next year. Now, so important that when you are saving pumpkin seeds of any kind, that you let them dry for a really long time. like 2 to 3 weeks long, because these pumpkin seeds store moisture really well. And any moisture in storage is going to result in spoiled seeds. There we go, 1 pumpkin down and 8 more to go. But here's what we got for our efforts. Pretty good yield, if I don't say so myself. If I had to guess, there's probably, I don't know, 200 seeds in here? 200 seeds for $2. Hey, look, MIgardener's got some pretty affordable seed, but I would be, I'd be lying if I didn't say that these were about the best deal you could find. Now, granted, you're paying for a bit of a mystery. You don't know how close these were planted to other pumpkins. You don't know how aggressive the pollinators were. You don't necessarily know, sometimes you don't know if they're hybrid, so they might not breed true to type. In our case, I know these are heirloom because the sticker said so. These were grown from an heirloom pumpkin farm. And so I have a pretty good certainty that these are going to be at least heirloom varieties. But then you will absolutely have, depending on how big their field is, you're going to have some hybridization in there. But if you're just looking to plant some pumpkins to have fun, that's all you really need to do is just throw the pumpkins out, because you're going to get something. That's the greatest part about saving seeds from a scenario like this, or even saving seeds from your garden, is we always get asked, Luke, how do I save seed and not have any cross-pollination? The answer is, well, you got to go through a lot of work. You got to bag your blossoms. You got to separate your plants. You have to make sure that you put them maybe in a greenhouse or isolate them. A whole lot of work to get really, truly pure seed. Or you only grow one variety and nothing else. That's the other way to do it. Or you could just say, hey, I don't really care. I'm going to get something. It's going to be a pumpkin variety. Might just not be the exact pumpkin that I have here. And the greatest thing is, too, if you plant quite a few seeds, you absolutely are going to, just because of how genetics work, you're absolutely going to have this, any one of these pumpkins right here. You just got to, like I said, plant more than one to increase your odds. But I hope you guys enjoyed this really super quick little, inspirational video, more or less, showing you that you don't have to spend a ton for artisanal pumpkin seeds. And one of the biggest reasons why MIgardener doesn't necessarily carry artisanal pumpkin seeds is because they're incredibly expensive. I can say, knowing from experience, the reason why we don't carry one too many, the variety one too many, is because about 100 seeds is roughly about $200. It's $2 per seed. And I know some of you guys say, 15 seeds for $2 is expensive. Well, imagine $2 a seed. So that's why we kind of that's why we have the selection we have over at MIgardener, so you can save some money, have a great value, a great garden. But sometimes you got to get clever if you're going to grow some of the really super rare, super cool stuff that is just expensive to source. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Hopefully you all learned something new, and let me know in the comments box down below if this is something that you'd find yourself doing. I can safely say that this is something that I've done since I was even a kid, just as a seed lover. Sometimes I'll see some pumpkins out of the road, even just normal pumpkins, honestly, and I almost can't help myself. If they haven't been carved up, I usually pick them up. I mean, if worst comes to worst, they make great compost. Pumpkins are really high in nitrogen, so all the pumpkin straps, we just basically smash them down, let them rot in our compost, and it adds incredible nitrogen to your compost pile. So, there's many uses. You could also just bury them. Once you get them all cleaned out, you could just do a pit compost pile, which is where you just dig a hole, throw the pumpkin in, bury it, and then in 2 to 3 months, the worms will have completely broken down those pumpkins, and you'll be left with just a gorgeous little pit of compost that you can grow right on top of. We have videos on that on our channel if you want to learn more. But I hope you guys enjoyed. And as always, this is Luke from the MIgardener channel, reminding you to grow bigger. Take care. Bye. Hey, thank you so much for watching today's video. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed, consider clicking this one. You'll probably enjoy it just as much. I want to thank you for your viewership, because without it, this channel would not be as amazing as it is. Also, if you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing. It's free, and we upload videos every Monday, Wednesday, or Friday. We also have vegetable seeds, fertilizer, or tools. If you need any of those, consider visiting MIgardener.com. Links will be in the description box below. We've got you covered. And as always, we'll see you all in the garden. Take care. Bye.